Thank you for talking to FrankRowan.tv. It's just a couple of months now since your last fight, and you say since that fight you've been straight back in the gym and straight training. How disappointed were you with that last performance? Because I know I spoke to you afterwards and you were very disappointed.
Yeah, I was disappointed at first, and I went home, I looked at it on the TV, and the TV was a little bit flatter, and it made it look a lot better than it was, but I know what I'm capable of, and I know what went wrong that night, and it's just one of them things. As I said to a lot of different people in the press and journalists, I'd rather it have happened in my 7th fight than my 17th fight, so everything happens for a reason in this game, and I'll just move on now. At the end of the day, it's another win on my belt, and I'm happy with the result.
You say you've looked at it and you've sort of broken it down. When you look at it, what have you learned from your last performance? What mistakes did you make?
Just a lack of concentration in certain parts. The fight was getting easy. I was nailing them with different shots, and just a lack of concentration. But at the end of the day, this is part and parcel of the game. It's a learning process, and I've just got to move on. I went straight back to the gym. I've got a fantastic trainer. I've got good people behind me. I've got a strong team. And we went and just rectified the mistakes in the gym. We've got to stay concentrated fully for every single minute that we're in that ring. And the joking and the laughing can be done outside the ring. This is a business, and it's a serious business as well, and I am the business.
When you were in the gym in the last couple of months, what specifically have you been working with the man, Anthony Farnell?
Just picking up on different things, to be honest. I mean, we've worked along the strength and conditioning side of things, and just everything. Everything's got to be worked on. You can't just work on certain areas. Everything's got to be done right and correct, and that's what I've done. Gone back to the drawing board and just picked up where I left off. I'm a clean liver. I live life right, and I train hard, and I live right. I can't state how important that is to me to live right. So I do everything the right way, and I train, I run. Everything's 2 o'clock. Everything's written down. I do. So, I know if I'm making any mistakes or if any cheating's going on, I can always rectify at an early stage.
For you, do you work more on power, or are there specific skills you want to work on? Is it your jab, or, what is it at the moment? Because it is still fairly early in your, professional career. This is, I think, your, is it an eighth fight coming up now? So what do you work on when you're in the gym?
Yeah, just different things, To be honest, I don't work on power at all because, it's just a gift that I was given since I was a kid. I've never really... The only bad thing I do is load up on punches. We've been working on not loading up and just getting back to boxing. Everyone's got this idea that I'm just a fighter and I just want to fight all the time and I'm just a big swinger. But if people actually sit back and watch what I'm doing, I'm setting things up. I'm a counter puncher at the end of the day, and I don't go looking for people that much. I only go looking once they're hurt, and I've just been lucky in my career. A lot of them are getting hurt all the time, so I have to go looking. But I'm a good boxer on my day, and as long as I just get the chance to prove that, I'll be happy.
I know you've mentioned your training camp has been quite intense there. Has it made a difference to the way that you're making weight this time?
No, the weight's never been a factor. I do the weight properly. I was on the weight last week, so I'm on the weight right now. So the weight's not a factor. I do it properly. Everyone's got their own way of doing weight. I've got my way of doing mine, so it works for me. I feel strong, I feel fit. My running times are great, so I can't moan at anything.
When you are in training, you say you're strong, you're fit, your running times are great. If you were to pick a positive part of your training programme and then something that you really hate doing, a negative part of your training programme, what would it be?
Hate dieting. I love food, so hate dieting. It's the worst part of being a boxer. I'd love to be a heavyweight. I always used to kid myself as a younger kid saying, I'll end up being a heavyweight, I'll end up doing this, but if the truth be known, I just thought I'd grow and fill out more, but I didn't. This is the weight I'm going to be at. I can blow up if I want to. I can go up to 15 stone, 15 and a half stone if I want to, but I don't look right and I'm just a little fatty, so it's just a diet, and that's the only part of this game that I really can't stand, but it's part and parcel of the game. If I want to achieve and be successful in this game, then it's what I've got to do.
How tall are you?
6'3".
So, is it how much of it is of an advantage is it being a 6'3", you're light heavy, so obviously diet could make the weight, but how much of an advantage is it being that tall?
It's an advantage, yeah, it is an advantage, sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I enjoy fighting smaller opponents, it brings to the table. But to be honest, I don't mind fighting bigger ones as well. It's very rare I fight someone bigger than me at this weight, but when I was a heavyweight in the amateurs, I used to always fight people bigger than me and very rarely give me a problem, so I'm used to it, and I don't mind what opponent it is. I don't care where they're from or what they do or where they are. At the end of the day, I'm going to beat anyone, so I've just got to be confident in my own ability.
How difficult is it preparing for a fight when you don't know your opponent yet, because your opponent hasn't quite been named yet? So does it sort of affect the way that you prepare? Because normally I know boxers would sit down, they watch tapes, they want to know who they're fighting so they can prepare for it. Does it make it much more difficult?
To be honest, at this stage, it doesn't really bother me, because as long as I do everything I'm supposed to do in the gym and prepare right then, it doesn't matter who it is. It really doesn't bother me, so I leave it to me trainer and the matchmaker. I always say if everyone's doing their job in this game, then you know my job's going to be easy at the end of the day. So my trainer's done his job, it's down to the matchmaker to do his job, the promoter's doing his job, so I'm the boxer, I'm doing my job, I'm doing all the training right. So as long as I just keep living right and training right, then it'll be an easy night on Friday.
Spoke about your training there, Anthony Farnell. What's it like training with Arnie?
Yeah, as you can hear then, he says it's great, you know. Every day's different, and there's never a dull day in the gym, I can say that, you know. We've got Frankie Gavin in there now, he's the class clown. Then we've got Stephen Bell, the gay icon. We have Anthony Crawler, he's like the quiet but silent assassin, so he's a bit slimy, he thinks I don't know that, but he is. I'm watching him. Everyone's got their own little traits and their own little jokes and playing games, so people, it's great, the gym's fantastic. I love the gym. I enjoy the little drive up there. It gets me out the house and away from screaming kids. So, you know, I love going to the gym and things like that. So, I'm happy. Manchester's a great place.
You mentioned the atmosphere there. I mean, sometimes I go around to training camps and it's just one boxer and their coach, or it's just one boxer and the coach and a conditioner, and they like it quite small. Could you ever imagine training in an atmosphere that's not as mad as where you train now?
Yeah, well, when I first went to Arnie's, there was just me, Bellew and Crawler. So I went there and it was quiet at first, and we brought in a strength and conditioner and a nutritionist, so you know I was used to that from the get-go. And then, you know, a couple more lads wants to start coming to the gym. We've got Selkirk the donkey, and then we've got other people. There's just a gang of us now, and to be honest, it's great. It helps pick you up and it helps motivate you, and everyone's there for each other. But at the end of the day, this is you know, you're on your own when you get in that ring. So I train on my own. I go in first thing in the morning. I'm out running first thing in the morning, so I'm first in and one of the last out. So that's just the way it's got to be. This is a ruthless business, and if you want to get anywhere in this game, then you've got to be prepared to go all the way.
Last time you fought topping the bill was Nathan Cleverly winning a Commonwealth belt. He's now making the first defence of that title on this bill as well. And I know everyone asked you about him. 2 6'3" light heavyweights in a ring would be a great little battle, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's done great. I mean, you can't knock the kid. He's 21, 22, and he's done fantastically well for himself. You know, he's beat Tony Oakey. Tony Oakey's, you know, he's coming towards the end now, and you know he's been in a lot of hard fights, so you know he's coming towards the end. But Cleverly done great to do what he done to him, and to outbox him the way he did was a fantastic achievement. As for me and him, somewhere down the line, it's going to happen. It's inevitable if he keeps winning and I keep winning. Then you know I want the title that he's got, and I want that British title as well. So come some stage, you know, it's going to happen. I'd love to get my hands on the English title first and a kid called McIntosh, but I'll just wait, I'll bide my time, and at the end of the day you've got to keep winning, so there's no point in calling people out if you're not going to keep winning and keep doing the business yourself. So as long as I hold my half of the bargain and keep winning, you know, these fights are going to happen and materialise hopefully.
So the fans making their way down to the Kingsway Leisure Centre on Friday the 12th of December in Widnes, what can they expect from a Tony Bellew performance on that night?
Just someone getting absolutely smashed to pieces and to be a ruthless kid, that's all.
Thanks, Tony.
No problem.